Hello students, now the discussion is on how to study kinematics chapter, that is motion in one dimension and motion in two dimension for JEE mains examination and JEE advanced examination. As I told you earlier, I divide this chapter into various subtopics and each subtopic is again has some minimum number of models to practice. If you don't practice these minimum number of models under each subtopic, you don't get the grip over that particular subtopic. That will improve your application orientation. So, if you look at now, what are the subtopics under the heading of motion in one dimension and motion in two dimension, I will display here now what are the different subtopics. Students, if you now look at the list of various subtopics that I have mentioned here in motion in one dimension. Now again I display the list of subtopics under the heading of motion in two dimensions separately. Now if you look at distance and displacement is the first subtopic. That means you need to calculate the distance traveled by a body and the displacement of the body in different occasions. Suppose if it is moving along a circular path, you may be asked to calculate the distance when it covers half of the circle and the displacement when it covers half of the circle. That is how you need to practice distance and displacement. First you study what is the definition of distance and what is the definition of displacement, and then go for what are the various occasions you need to calculate distance and displacement. And next one is velocity and speed, average velocity and average speed. Very important. Suppose a particular body is traveling along a straight line. It covers 1/3 of the distance with certain velocity, next 1/3 with another velocity, next 1/3 with another velocity. Then you are asked to calculate average velocity in that occasion. All such important models you have there in that average velocity and average speed. And first of all you should know what exactly you mean by average velocity and average speed. Before going for different calculations of average velocity and average speed, first of all you should know what do you mean by average velocity and average speed. And next one is uniform and non-uniform velocities. Then average acceleration, non-uniform acceleration, and uniform and non-uniform accelerated motion in straight line. This is also a typical and most important one. Next followed by uniform retardation, one dimensional motion in vertical line, which is also called as a motion under gravity. This is the most important concept where you need to have typical questions, and then followed by freely falling body, vertically projected body, and vertically projected body from the top of a tower. This is also a typical subtopic for the students. Next, combination of different projections, relative motion in one dimension. This is most important where you have different questions. And lastly, in the case of one dimensional motion, the most important is ST graphs, VT graphs, AT graphs, drawing of different graphs when a body is in different motions. This is very important and typical. Most of the questions were asked in JEE mains from this particular subtopic. So let us go with all these things one by one. Suppose if you are not perfect, if you are not comfortable in a particular subtopic, ask your teacher to repeat that subtopic again for you, or else you study on your own. If you have any doubt, approach your teacher. Try to be perfect with all these subtopics, and I will display now various models under each subtopic. Remember, these are only subtopics. Under each subtopic again you have so many model problems to practice. So the list of subtopics you need to practice under each subtopic, the list of model problems which you need to practice under each subtopic will be displayed here.
Hello students. In the last 2019 and 2020 mains and advanced examination point of view in one dimensional motion, so they concentrated mainly on the three regions, so three important subtopics. So first one is non-uniform motion, and the second one graphs, and third one relative motion. Suppose if you observe 2019 and 2020 mains and advanced examination point of view, most of the mains questions are related to non-uniform motion, graphs and relative motion. So in case of a non-uniform motion, so velocity is equal to dx by dt, you know. So if the velocity of the body is changes with respect to time, to calculate the distance or displacement using this relation dx is equal to v into dt by taking the integration. And next one, a is equal to dv by dt. Suppose if the acceleration of the body is changes with respect to time, to calculate the velocity dv is equal to a into dt by taking the integration on the both sides. And one more equation, a is equal to v into dv by dx. So from this equation dv is equal to v dv is equal to a into dx. If the acceleration varies with respect to the distance, to calculate the velocity by using this formula, integral v dv is equal to integral a dx. These are the very important points related to the non-uniform motion. Most of the questions in non-uniform motion, they are asked previously. If the velocity is equal to varies with respect to distance, or acceleration varies with respect to time, or acceleration varies with respect to distance, calculate the velocity and positions like this. And next second important subtopic is graph. So generally in the graphs, so how the position of the body is changes with respect to time, and velocity of the body changes with respect to time, and acceleration of the body changes with respect to time. And next, how velocity varies with respect to the position and acceleration varies with respect to the position. So these are the important graphs, and previously they asked velocity, how velocity related with x, and next acceleration related to the x. So in the graphs point of view, suppose if you consider any question related to the graphs, generally here we can use the two important points. One is slope and the second one is area. So these two are very important points related to the graphs. And the third one, relative motion in one dimension. Previously, in the examination point of view, in the relative motion, suppose the two bodies are given, two bodies are moving on the same track with different velocities, v1 and v2. Calculate the position of their, calculate the relative position after a time t seconds. And similarly, if the two bodies are in the same track but moving in opposite direction, so v1 and v2, so calculate the relative velocity of separation after t seconds. Initially they are separated some distance. And suppose given the accelerations also, suppose this one is moving with some acceleration and this is also moving with acceleration, and this is acceleration a2, then after a time t seconds calculate the separation between the two bodies. So in the last mains and advanced examination point of view, so these are the very important topics. One is non-uniform motion, second one graphs, and third one relative motion. Now I will separately explain what are the questions given in the non-uniform motion and graphs and relative motion. I will explain you separately. Suppose if you consider in case of a non-uniform motion, so the previous questions are the position of a particle as a function of time is given as x is equal to at plus bt square minus ct cube is given, where a, b, c are constants. When the particles attain a zero acceleration, then its velocity will be. This is the question given. So here first you want to calculate the velocity. You know already in case of a non-uniform motion, velocity is equal to dx by dt. So first you have to calculate the velocity. So a plus 2bt minus 3ct square. And next one, acceleration. So that is equal to dv by dt. So that is equal to 2b minus 6ct. So given in the question, acceleration is 0. So acceleration is equal to 0. 2b minus 6ct is equal to 0. So 2b is equal to 6ct. T is equal to 2b by 6c. So that is equal to b by 3c. After a time t is equal to b by 3c, their acceleration becomes to 0. Okay, now the question is, when the particle attains a zero acceleration, then its velocity will be. So how to calculate the velocity? So now substitute this t in this equation, you will get the velocity. So this is one question. Okay, and the next second question. Particle moving with a speed v is equal to b root x. This is given. So here the speed of the particle is varies with respect to the distance along the positive x-axis. Then calculate the speed of the particle at a time t is equal to t. Assume that the particle is at origin at t is equal to 0. So initially t is equal to 0, the particle is at origin. So t is equal to 0, x is also equal to 0. So initial velocity becomes to 0. Okay, now you want to calculate velocity, means v is equal to u plus at formula. Here u is equal to 0. So therefore v is equal to a into time t. Okay, now you have to calculate the acceleration by using this formula. So here v is equal to b root x. So acceleration means a is equal to dv by dt. So this is one relation. By using this equation, first calculate the acceleration and substitute in this equation, we will get the value of the velocity. Second subtopic, graphs. So generally in the graphs, previously a particle starts from the origin O from rest and moves with a uniform acceleration along the positive x-axis. So given draw the graphs for acceleration time graph, velocity time graph and position time graph, how it varies. Suppose you know the equation v is equal to u plus at, v is equal to u plus at. So initially starting from the rest, so initial velocity is equal to 0, then v is equal to at. If acceleration is constant, so this equation is similar to y is equal to mx form. So if you draw the graph velocity and time, velocity is on y-axis and time is on the x-axis, the nature of the graph is a straight line. Suppose in another relation, if you want to draw the acceleration time graph, so you know already acceleration is constant with respect to time. So acceleration is taking on the y-axis and t is taking on the x-axis. The nature of the graph is a straight line. And if you want to draw the position time graph, so by using this formula, s is equal to ut plus half at square, s is equal to ut plus half at square. So starting from rest, so u is equal to 0 and s is equal to half at square. So half a is a constant term, so this is like y is equal to kx square. The nature of the graph is a parabola. So this is displacement and this is time. Relative motion in one-dimension motion. In a car race on a straight road, car A and car B, so two cars are given, car A and car B. So car A takes t less than car B. Suppose car B takes a time t0 plus t and car A to cross this position takes a time t0. And here the acceleration of the car A is a1, let it be, and a2 is the acceleration of the car B. Both are moving in the same direction. So starting from the rest only, initial velocity is 0. So the final velocities of v1 is equal to a1 into t0 and v2 is equal to a2 into t0 plus t. So the relative separation between these two, v1 minus v2 is equal to a1 minus a2 into t0 minus a2 into t. And here the distance travelled by the A and the distance travelled by the B both are same. This is the ending point. So xa is equal to xb. xa means half a1 into time taken t0 square is equal to, for xb, half a2 into t0 plus t whole square. Now by solving these equations, from this equation first calculate the value of t0 and substitute this t0 value in this equation, you will get the answer.